Lost on Lost Season 2, baby!
Hell yeah!
We've watched Seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Lost, and we've learned a lot.
Did we?
And we've learned to love Jack, Kate, Sawyer, Boone, and Claire.
Did we?
But now it's time for Seasons 4, 5, and 6.
That's right, we're still going to talk about the mysteries and mythologies of the island.
And obviously hot tropical hookups.
But now we're going to talk about things like the freighter,
The Others,
Charles Widmore,
The Lighthouse,
time travel,
9/11,
Ronald Reagan,
the Catholic Church,
Titus,
Gold Chains,
the military-industrial complex,
the Prison Industrial Complex,
the Void,
the Orb,
and so much more.
So strap on and strap down, because if you thought last season was confusing,
This is going to be so much worse. Or better if you like being lost on Lost. Strap on?
you heard me. Welcome, everybody, to Lost on Lost. My name is Adam Busher, and I'm joined, as always, by the boba guy, the boba sucker himself, JP Russell. He loves boba. He's always going to boba, and he's always telling me about it.
I just love little balls in my mouth.
Can't get enough of them, huh? That's why he called me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of boba, we're joined finally
Finally.
by our little boba himself. It's been years in the making.
Uh-huh.
Everybody in Lost on Lost land, I want you to give a big Lost on Lost welcome to first time appearance on Lost, the podcast, Brad Laverne, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Hello.
Brad was a very early fan of the podcast.
Early adopter.
Very
Yeah.
early adopter of the podcast, and then was like, hey, can I be on the show? And we said, yeah, sure. And then it took us 3 years to get to him, 3 episodes before the end.
Uh-huh.
Hey, but we got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
Good things come to those who wait, and all that. The audience, Brad, yourself, yeah. So yeah, why did you listen? Why would you listen to this show?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. It's only because I know who you guys are.
Right.
No, so I didn't watch Lost, so that it is interesting to me as someone who was as lost on Lost as JP was when
Sure.
it started. Right,
Yeah.
like, it was an interesting concept. I knew of the show. My sisters watched the show. I have 3 older sisters, so growing up, I knew of it. They were the target demographic there,
Gotcha.
and I just thought the idea was hilarious.
Yeah. And yeah, this is a hell of an episode to start your Lost experience with.
I'm getting ahead of myself, but it was bad.
Yeah. If only it had been 1 episode earlier. The Constant, but Aller called that one 5 years ago. So
Well, so no Lost, but what do you watch instead? What's your media consumption of choice?
I'm bad about watching shows.
Okay.
Because it takes a time commitment.
Yep.
Right? Like I have to keep
Yeah.
up with the thing.
Yep.
So like the last shows that I really watched were like stuff on like Netflix. I watched a lot of the Marvel shows.
Sure.
Back,
Like the
Daredevil
Defenders,
and those like leading up to the Defenders. I'm a big Iron Fist fan, so I was excited about that show, and then they ruined him.
And then it was bad. Yeah, that was a bummer. When you make a show about a guy who's like the embodiment of martial arts, you should cast a guy who can fight. Right?
Yeah.
Or at
Yeah.
least a guy you can teach how to fight, because the guy who played Danny Rand, he can't fight. I could be that guy, and I can't fight.
Yeah. and it was just, to get in the weeds on it a little bit, it was a real bummer how they like sabotaged his character to make it work in the show, and it didn't work. So it's like, what'd you do it for? Anyway, so that's some stuff that I like to watch. I do watch a lot more movies than TV shows.
you're a movie guy.
I do like watching movies, a lot of action, a lot of comedy. My favorite movie is The Gladiator. My next favorite movie is Tombstone.
Sick. Both very good movies.
Big fan of Tron Legacy because it's got Daft Punk and the aesthetics of it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to think of some other stuff that I like. My Cousin Vinny, The Nice Guys, right? Like I've got a big list. I have a list of movies. I actually pull it up on my phone.
Yeah.
I have a list of movies that is my top 10, and there's about 30 movies on it.
Perfect.
But
Brad's alleged top 10.
right, yeah. Well, they're all in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If you know how to
it's
read
one of
it.
those where like if it makes the top 10, it just never gets booted out.
Right. Yeah.
So it just continues.
Yeah,
perpetual.
sort of. Yeah. You know, I've got 3 movies in my top 5, or 3 movies in my top 2. I've got 10 movies in my top 5. Just it is what it is.
Fucking My Cousin Vinny, that movie's probably in my top 5 or 10 movies of all time.
Yeah, no,
It's
so
so good. It, like in a perfect world for me, every hotel room I would stay in would just have a channel that is My Cousin Vinny 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like that's a perfect, like I can just pick it up anywhere in the 90-minute runtime and just enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah. At least I'm wearing cowboy boots. Oh yeah, you blend.
Plus, I mean, Marissa Tomei.
Oh yeah. Can't ever get enough of that.
Oh man.
But you're also a pretty ferocious reader. Comic books, fantasy.
So, I read a lot of comic books. Again, Marvel was something that was big for me. I used to collect as well. I have a hoarder's mentality, so I collect a lot of things to keep myself from keeping everything.
Sure.
So I collected comic books. I used to read a lot of comic books, and I read a lot of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere books. Those are great.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I mean, you would if you read, because readings for nerds.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So somebody told me about them is what I meant to say.
Right. This is all hypothetical. This is also.
I'm just yes-anding JP.
Yeah. This is all really just a thought experiment, which is also something you would never engage in because that sounds super nerdy. Fuck nerds, man. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's why I wear this tank top that says "fuck nerds."
Yeah. So good.
We'll plug that at the end. Actually, we've plugged it before.
Yeah, we've just plugged it in the past just because it's awesome.
Do you guys want to talk about Lost?
Sure.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about Iron Fist some more, actually? I'd rather talk about that.
Goddamn. Today we're talking about The Other Woman. The Other Woman is the 6th episode of the 4th season of Lost and the 78th episode of Lost. Overall, our centric characters, everybody's bad hottie. I'm trying not to objectify women too much. It's Juliet. She's the love of my life after the woman I'm marrying.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to objectify women on the podcast? That's my bad. Hang on. I gotta rewrite all my notes. Let me rewrite
all my notes.
Hey,
what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The fucking writers objectified women. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Also, remind me, we have to talk about notes. We have some guest notes on this one.
Oh, okay.
Takes place on the 94th and 95th days after the crash of Oceanic Flight 815. It was written by Drew Goddard and Christine M. Kim and was directed by Eric Lenier. Adam, do you have a recap? Let's do it.
Adulterer, I hardly know her.
Piece of shit. We're 3 episodes from the end. You can't keep getting away with this.
On the island, the Dharma Initiative has built a secret poison gas factory, knowing full well that a disgruntled member of their pseudo-utopian, pseudo-scientific, pseudo-defense contractor society would never use its contents to kill his dad and anyone else who might prevent him from becoming the duplicitous and Machiavellian leader of a secret jungle enclave of ex-U.S. Army soldiers, castaways, possible indigenous islanders, Mac from It's Always Sunny, and one bonkers handsome former white slave whose eyelashes go out like a mile, all of whom are devoted followers of the personification of all that is good and right in the world, despite his aloof attitude and general cock-headedness, who just wants to make sure that his brother doesn't run away from home again. Hey, Dharma, haven't you ever heard of Chekhov's nerve gas canister? Anyway, Dr. Daniel Faraday and C.S. Lewis and Dr. Juliet Burke tell Kate Austin and Dr. Jack Shepard the truth right away about the factory and Harper, and it creates trust and teamwork, easily thwarting a possible Ben plot in like 10 minutes. And the remaining 30 minutes of the episode is James Ford and Hugo Reyes crushing Dharma Light, tossing horseshoes, and listening to One Last Breath and Headstrong on a loop from their sweet JBL Flip 7 Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and Juliet like boys and boys like her, which is the only thing worth knowing about her. Ooh. Smooch, smooch, smooch. Also, will Goodwin survive?
Yeah, he fucking won't.
If Elizabeth Mitchell, Evangeline Lilly, Andrea Roth, and Emily DeRaven are the dating pool on my island, I'm obviously dead. So JP, remember my final wishes. You're to mix my ashes into a mason jar full of your own piss and pour equal amounts in the graves of Ronald Reagan and General Custer. Actually, why don't you go ahead and save a splash for Margaret Thatcher, since this is the other woman here on Lost on Lost.
Holy hell. Adam, are you okay? Check your blood pressure right now on your smartwatch.
I figured we probably wouldn't have that much to talk about during the actual episode, so I put a lot of work into this part.
Thank God we were an hour late to the record. Holy shit. Woo! Well done. I want to get that framed.
It took a half an hour to write. I thought it'd take a half hour to read.
When at your very beginning, after your very good joke, the basic recap of everything that we've been listening or watching for the last couple of years was as succinct as I tried to do for Brad earlier. We were talking about some of the lore, so we would save some time on the record here. And I felt like I was on methamphetamines trying to explain it to you. Like,
it felt like I was on methamphetamines trying to listen to it. I'm telling you.
Excellent.
Holy shit.
All right, so the episode starts in flashback, the day after 9/11.
Really?
Is that... Are you serious?
Yes.
That's what...
I am serious.
Okay.
Take a look at the episode recap in Lostpedia.
Yeah.
September 12th, 2001.
Oh my God, it is.
Sure enough. Is that why she needs a therapist? Was she there?
I mean, there is a plane crash in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the day after 9/11, the denizens of the Dharma Initiative in the barracks are unbothered by that. They didn't have to deal with any of that. Ben's probably the only one who knew about it, and he's like, man, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
because they're on the island at this point, right?
Yeah,
completely the island the island's already magical, right? It's already moving around everywhere, so they're like, okay.
Juliet is she's raking the sand in a little sand garden and just obviously waiting for somebody. It looks like a therapist's office.
Yeah. Then Kirkland brand Rachel Ray comes in.
Andrea Roth. She played Tommy Gavin's wife, Janet Gavin, on Rescue Me. She was blonde in that show, and I had a big crush on her, and now that she's a brunette in this show, much bigger crush.
I mean, it's just it's another character on the show, like the
sheriff.
The sheriff. Where it's like we could have taken all of these one-off characters and just made one character out of them.
Yeah, or given all these lines to somebody we already know.
Right.
Or this could have been Amy.
Right. It could have been Amy. I mean, she just never shows up again.
No,
she's in this one episode of Lost, and then
wait. So this is it?
Yeah.
For her?
Yeah.
She shows up in the rain. They're like, "Who's that?" And
that was
fart
it.
in the wind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was missing something.
No. She's like, I don't need therapy, and I was like, girl, I feel you. I'm fine too. But she's like, let's not call it therapy. Let's call it just talking. Let's just have a couple of the girls talking. Let me just get out my pen and my notes.
Yeah.
Juliet's like, I don't like being the center of attention. I feel like a celebrity. Everybody's paying attention to me. Oh my God. This is an Oceanic 6 fake out is what it is.
Yeah.
Here in the middle of season 4, we don't yet know who all the Oceanic 6 are. So the writers are like, oh my God, Julia got off the island too. And that's why she feels like a celebrity. It's not the case.
Is this the first time we meet Juliet as well?
No.
Okay.
No, we know her for at least a season.
Season 3, yeah.
Okay.
And she's great. We love Juliet.
Yeah. This is proven to the audience by the fact that there's a knock at the door and then Tom Friendly comes in.
Well, also, it's the fact that Harper comes in from clearly outside.
Yeah.
It's a bungalow. It's one of the others' bungalow.
Sick mustache, Tom.
His delivery was like really weak. I love Tom to pop it in and out, but it felt like there was something, like he was handed the lines 10 seconds before camera rolled.
He probably was, and probably went immediately back to Los Angeles the second he walked out the door.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what MC Gainey's performance here smacked of. He's like, oh shit, they wrote Tom into an episode. I have to go back to Hawaii for 2 days and do this and then go back. Okay, neat.
Yeah.
Traveling to and from Hawaii is a pain in the ass. Anybody out there who's done it before, it's a long, boring flight. And imagine instead of doing it for a vacation, doing it for work. Yeah, so there's a flashback to Juliet's early days in the island. She's been there like a week. So this is 3 years before the plane crash. I think that's how they figure out that they reverse engineer the date from the plane crash. So Juliet was on the island for 3 years by the time September 22, 2004 rolled around. 3 years before that would be at least September 22, 2001. So, 10 days before that, whatever.
Still a choice.
Still a choice, yeah. They could have just been like, hey, Juliet's
could
been on
have
the
been
island
July. Could have been fucking October.
Yeah. Tom interrupts and takes Juliet to see Ben and her new house. She's an important recruit here for Ben's version of the Dharma Initiative, and so she's got her own place with a stocked fridge and a cute little front yard and blah, 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 blah.
Spared no expense.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say about when she met Ben, now that I know a little bit about Ben, because again, I only knew about, I think, probably somewhere around the first season, right? Like
Sure.
Ben, I don't think was a character at that point,
not
right?
really.
So the contrast of Harper being an absolute bitch in that 30-second conversation somehow managed to be the rudest I've ever seen anyone meet, right?
Yeah.
And then Ben is like super nice, super whatever, and like then we eventually learned that he's a super freak.
Yeah.
And it's like that could have possibly been all engineered on purpose to get her out of sorts, and then have him come in and be like the savior guy.
Yeah,
Sure,
right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Ben at all to like pull Harper aside and be like, "Hey, go in there and treat her like shit, if you would, please."
Ruin her whole day.
Yeah.
Well, and we've already seen on the podcast that Juliet, her 6-month stay gets extended indefinitely. So, and she's
that was actually incredibly ominous when she was like, "I'm only here for 6 months," and he's like, "Haha, yeah, only 6 months."
6 months. Yeah. Cut to Survivor Beach. Son helps Juliet fix a tent.
No, fucking Jin is petting Vincent.
Jin is petting Vincent, and
cannot forget.
That's actually, that's the more important thing that happens in here, because it's Son and Juliet.
Every time Vincent shows up, I'm so excited.
It's a very handsome dog. But she's like, "Why are you bothering to fix your tent? We're leaving." And she's like, "I need a place to sleep tonight." Well, it's.
I've also been told I'm about to leave before.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this wouldn't be the first time I almost got to leave. T2J, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Dr. Shepard walks up and says that he's looking for Danny and Charlotte. Like, they took off, whatever. It's sort of a weird conversation. It's like, why do you care that they left? I thought they were friends. And then there's like this tense moment. And it's like,
well, yeah, Jack's like, ugh, not only doesn't he not speak English great, he also can't read my mind. It's like, yeah, you said that they were friends. Why would I care if they walked that way?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, Danny and Charlotte are pretty cool. Jin, why don't you keep an eye on them, if you would, please?
Yeah.
Sure thing, boss.
Yep.
It's throughout the episode, there's a handful of these too, where it's just like manufactured tension.
Absolutely.
Like, it just didn't, like, it was, I know nothing, and there was no reason for it to be that tense, for him to look at him that way, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Just the four of them decide to go looking for them, even though it's apparently pretty important that they be found and there are other people that could help. They just get Jack and Juliet and Son and Jin to go looking. As soon as they head out, it starts to rain.
Perfect.
As two guys that just got caught in the rain literal minutes ago before recording this, you can tell which of the shots are like they have rain in front of and behind the actors, and they're just drizzling a little bit on, because it starts like monsoon.
Yeah, it's pouring. Yeah.
And there's certain shots of Juliet where, like, yeah, she's like having problems keeping her eyes open because there's so much water getting in her face. There's other shots where they're like very intensely looking at each other. It's like, all right, they dialed it down on the actors for that.
Yeah. Jin takes Vincent with him to help search for Danny and Charlotte, because Vincent's probably as good of a tracker as Kate or anybody else. Juliet, they like split up. Like Jack and Juliet split up, and then Son and Jin split up together. So like they don't even go in like 4 directions. They go in 3 directions. One, and then 2 with the dog.
Yeah. Adam, I have a very special treat for you.
Ooh, all right. I love little treats.
So we were joined on our viewing by former host of the show, Eric.
Oh, hell yeah. Major Melons.
Who gave us some James Leesky-ass notes.
Oh, hell yeah.
So just wanted to, and the document he sent Brad and I is cool jokes from Eric about Lost.
Hell yeah.
So let's continue with the scene.
Okay. So yeah, they split up, and Juliet's by herself, and Juliet hears the whispers. Is recurring occurrence. It's a recurrence here on the island. Something that happens. We know now, thanks to a season 6 episode we watched fucking years ago. That's the sound of people who died on the island and couldn't move on, and so they're sort of trapped. And so it's a signal that she's like close to the edge of the veil.
Right.
And the closed captions said ghostly voices whispering, right?
Yeah.
I assumed it was just some spiritual stuff that happens on the island, whatever, right? Which is what it sounds like it is. Yeah. Except then we find out that shortly after
that it's not.
It's not.
unless Harper's dead. because this is what happened. Harper, Juliet's therapist, appears out of the rain to give her some like warning about what's going on, and some instructions from Ben. So like the content of Harper and Juliet's conversation doesn't lend itself to the theory that Harper is dead, because she's like, hey, Ben told me to tell you to kill Danny and Charlotte, and so you got to do that because that's what Ben wants you to do.
Yeah, well, but then Jack shows up
Yep.
and is like, who is this woman
Who is
whose
that?
vagina I have not inspected?
My note right there is Harper was real with
Right.
a bunch of question marks.
Right, yeah.
Because I thought with the ghostly voices whispering, the flashback that Harper was there, that that at some point she dies, and then Jack points a gun at her, which everyone keeps pointing guns at each other.
Yeah.
And nobody has any trigger discipline.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, here's the thing. They're all friends, and so they point.
And so of course you would point a gun at your friend.
Yeah, you point a gun at your friend. Like this is.
It only happened once between you and I, Brad, okay? I thought you were stealing my internet. That's a different story. Eric's one note here is, a therapist and Juliet in the woods in the rain is the least exciting wet t-shirt contest I've ever seen. More like wet blanket contest. Am I right, fellas?
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I didn't write very many jokes this episode, so I'm really going to lean on Eric's here.
That's a very cool joke. Yeah, Jack can see Harper, so she's not dead. Or maybe she is. Jack sees dead people too. I don't know.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, like, who is that? This is my therapist, Harper. She's trying to help me work on my communication skills. And work through some sort of like latent anger issues. And like, I don't like being possessed. And so like I've spent a lot of my time feeling possessed by like Ben and Jack, men in general. Like it's this whole thing. So Harper and I like we have a real, hey, where'd she go?
Yeah.
Gone.
She just disappears. I don't know.
Never to be seen on the show again.
Yeah. So yeah, not dead. Lost PD doesn't know. The community doesn't know. It's never explained where Harper is at this point. She's not seen with Richard's folks later at the temple. It's possible that she died somewhere in between 2001 and now, 2004 or whatever. But no, they never say for sure.
Another thing that I noted here is that they all took these torches, which they didn't know was going to be raining whenever they took off. But despite the torrential rain and it being night, it's very well lit in that forest.
Yeah.
So like the torches, I think, do nothing at all. And like they could have done a better job of.
I mean, they're waterproof.
Yeah, which is good. But the lighting guys could have done a better job of showing how dark it was in the forest. Like when I saw that, I was like, I mean, it's almost as bright as day,
right?
And part of it's we have to be able to see the characters who are running around doing stuff, but also like they lit them through ambient lighting and not through off-camera lighting. So it's like,
listen, you're paying for Matthew Fox's cheekbones. You got to see them shits.
We come back to flashback. Juliet is crying on the floor. We can only assume that she's some sort of doctor thing.
She just found out about 9/11.
This scene actually takes place in April of 2003. Yeah, so she's just finding out about 9/11, and it's
that's why it's so devastating to her.
Right.
She's like, the whole time. Oh, second sub has hit the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crying on the floor. We know what's up. She's been brought here to help fix fertility issues. So a baby probably died, or a mom probably died, or both. Like, it's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's this whole pregnancy thing that, again, was never like really overly resolved on the show.
Was this another subplot that had already been established?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sort of like the big boogeyman of season 1, like with Claire being pregnant and stuff like that. And then, like JP and I are just like, they probably have radiation poisoning because they live over a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, or electromagnets that are super powerful. I don't know. Nerve gas.
Yeah, Goodwin comes in and he's like rifling through the stuff looking for some gauze, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know there were any women crying in here. I'll come back."
I would have knocked.
She's like, "It's fine. Let me deal with that. I'm a fertility specialist. I can tend to a burn." And they have this little conversation about her settling in and blah blah blah. And she's like, "Yeah, I've got this therapist. She's kind of a twat."
Yeah.
And Goodwin's like, oh, Harper, my wife, the therapist on the island. She is kind of a bag, but like, whatever.
He doesn't say that she's not.
Yeah, well, and we find out later that they don't have the best relationship or whatever, but like, but like they kind of have. She's like, oh my god, I am a surgeon. I should use my surgery skills to remove my foot from my mouth. He's like, don't worry, I won't tell her that you think she's a cow. And she's like, that's great. I won't tell anybody that you have a very obvious nerve gas burn on your arm.
It is interesting that she put her foot in her mouth a little bit because, like, we know Juliet to be such a, like, she's trying to go toe-to-toe with Ben all the time and trying to be 12 steps ahead. So this is probably in the early days before she realized that Ben was an adversary, so she's a little bit more aloof. Right. Just being like,
Well, she took the whole thing at face value, the job offer from Richard and Ethan. Like, she thought she was coming here to do some good or whatever, and it turns out she's just got this fucking Beauty and the Beast thing going on that she's completely unaware of.
Yeah.
I wrote down for this one as a joke, secrets like this are how cheating starts, because there was absolutely zero sexual tension in that scene at all. Right? And I was like, this is a funny thing, right? Yeah. But, well, somehow, some way.
Yeah. Come back to the jungle. Jack and Juliet are heading to the Tempest. Harper knows where Danny and Charlotte are going. It's a place called the Tempest. It's an old Dharma station, a poison gas factory. And so Juliet knows that she has to, that's where they're going. That's where they must be going. So they're just going to go there instead of tracking, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, if we hustle all night, we should get there by tomorrow afternoon or whatever. And so then
cut to tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. Danny and Charlotte are looking at a little map, and they're at the creek. They're filling up their water bottles, taking a little break. Danny worries that he can't land nav their way to the thing, and she's like, it's okay, Danny, we all know that land nav is really, really hard in the best of conditions, so if you can't do it, it's okay. Don't you say that all the time?
No, I'm super good at land nav. I've never gotten lost in the woods before, not even once.
Not once. Speaking of lost in the woods, Kate comes trampling into the clearing. Scared the shit out of me. El Diablo! And she's like, oh, hey, what's up, y'all? And they're like, nothing. And then Kate's like just super, super suspicious of them. What are you guys
she
doing
goes into
here?
instant Poirot, like, what are you doing out here? We came to get our bags. The bags,
but you already have
what's
a
that
bag.
You could say, because we found them.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, also Charlotte does, like, she doesn't realize this because she does a shitty job of lying. She's like, their sat phone is dead, and then the sat phone happens to be, like, sticking out of the bag with the light on. And Kate's like, something's amiss here. If the battery was dead, I don't think that light would be on. What a conundrum. So she just demands to see inside of Danny's bag, and Charlotte's like, yeah, go ahead, Dan. Get her to face away from me.
Yep.
This is another one. There's a clear cut to commercial where when she first shows up, and like it's again a very high tension scene, and then it cuts and immediately all of that's gone. Yeah. And I'm like, I know that like you go to a commercial and you come back and what you felt is different, so they need to kind of reamp it back up. But seeing it with just a cut to the next scene immediately just was whiplash for me.
Yeah.
When they re-released Return of the Jedi, all the original trilogy in theaters before Episode 1 came out, I had grown up, the only version of the Star Wars movies that we had were taped off of like HBO or something like that. And my mom, or it wouldn't been HBO, they were on TV.
Sure.
And
TBS
my mom would try to edit out the commercials as best she could. Yeah. But there was one that she missed for Domino's, and it's like at the beginning of the third act. So like I grew up always just assuming there was a Domino's commercial in Return of the Jedi. So like I'm in the theater watching the movies. I'm like, oh, the next scene's the Domino's commercial. It just cuts to the next scene. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I should have known.
That's just me. Like,
I hope they put that Domino's deleted scene on the DVD.
Yeah.
JP showing up to the movie with his Domino's sweatshirt and Domino's hat, being like so excited for his favorite scene in the whole movie, where he gets to think about pizza for 30 seconds.
What the fuck? They changed everything.
Who's your favorite character from the Star Wars trilogy? Mine's Plo Koon. Oh, mine's the Domino's delivery guy.
Yeah. Starts throwing a fit in the theater, looking around like, why isn't anybody else as mad as me about this? Don't you all love pizza? Like,
Bring back the Bigfoot pizza, you fucking cowards.
Domino's gave me food poisoning one time. I hate them now. I used to love them. They broke my heart and my stomach.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, Kate snoops in Danny's bag, and then Charlotte cracks her in the head with it from behind, and then she goes night-night.
Saw that coming a mile a fucking way.
Yep. For somebody who's supposed to be so good at everything, Kate's occasionally really, really dumb.
Yeah.
It was a good shot, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one and done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jack and Juliet are sniping about Harper and knowing each other's, you know everything about me from my file. You wouldn't want to see my file. Shut up.
Next scene.
The only thing I wrote down is like, Jack is anti-therapy. Go figure.
Yeah, that tracks. What? He's so well adjusted.
Yeah. Because she makes some cracks like, who was that? Oh, that was Harper. We're not friends. She's kind of a bitch. And sounds like my therapist or sounds like a therapist. It's like, you're such a cock.
She goes to a different school.
Flashback. Ben and Jules are looking at the microscope. Ben tries to hold her hands.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, look at these dead womb cells. Like, this is a representation of all my research into why women are becoming desiccated corpses and fucking barren wastelands of human existence.
Peak romance.
Yeah. And Ben's like just like kind of like rubbing the back of her hand with his pinky. Like,
if you're not into that, you got a problem.
Right.
That would be something that Ben's really into.
Yeah. It turns out, we learn again that he is quite a freak.
Certified freak.
7 days a week.
And when Goodwin pops in and is like pauses for like it felt like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. I know it was only like 5, but it felt like 30 seconds of him just being like, "Oh, Ben, I didn't see you there." When like Ben's in the way, like he has to look over Ben to see her.
Yeah. I didn't know you would be here working with the person that you hired to work alongside you
here in the fertility research laboratory.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Check this out. From Lostpedia. Goodwin says because Ethan was sick, he has a spare sandwich, and he thought that Juliet might want some spare egg salad. And Juliet's, I'm all right. And then Goodwin's like, Ben, what about you? I've got this spare sandwich. And he's like, I'm good, thank you. See you later, Goodwin. And Goodwin's like, all right, bye. When they both decline, he leaves. Ben watches, seemingly now aware of a romantic relationship between the two of them. Did you guys think? Oh, they're obviously.
Well, why they've obviously become close, right? Why else would he? His first thought to be, I have extra sandwich. Why would he bring it to her?
Well, yeah, but like that's kind of a leap to they must be fucking.
I mean,
no, I'm with Busher on this because I didn't think that they were either.
Thank you.
I thought this was inserting. This is obviously the first thing they show it to us, but I thought they were like gonna be building up to this, right? Because I in my note right there I put in the sexual tension between her and Goodwin was very awkward because of the incredibly long pause, right? Like, so I did describe in my notes. I did describe it as sexual tension, only halfway tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a fertility clinic. Maybe he was trying to get that pause. Pregnant.
Can we delete this whole episode?
No.
There it is.
So at therapy, Harper asks about Ben and Juliet, and she's like, it's whatever. And then Harper accuses Juliet of sleeping with Goodwin. And when I was sitting there watching, I was like, what? You're projecting.
Yes, 100%.
And then Juliet's like, "Oh, I am sleeping with," and I was like,
got busted.
I was like, "What? Really?"
Because she stands up and she denies it. Yeah. Right. I'm typing out my note that says, "Harper, look, Juliet, I'm not an idiot," and then says the most idiotic thing you can imagine. Right? Like, because what are you talking about? Right. There's like a little bit of awkwardness, and they're obviously talk. Like he said, let's talk some. But like, no way, no way.
Yeah.
When I wrote down, I was like, "Oh, it's true?"
Yeah. Well, Eric's note from the scene is: imagine sleeping with a dude named Goodwin. Imagine being named Goodwin and cheating on your scary therapist wife. I guarantee you, no one has ever moaned the name Goodwin in bed. Guarantee you is in all caps.
I'm imagining if my name were Goodwin and be like, oh, is that Goodwin? Oh, is that?
Yeah, you could use that.
Yeah,
you could use that.
Work in that. Yeah. Play in the space, and by the space I mean her vagina.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harper says, hey, Juliet, like, in case, like, this part is actually super apparent to the audience. The part where you're banging my husband, that wasn't apparent. But the part where Ben has this huge crush on you, and he's the danger to you, and my husband, that part's very apparent to the audience. And I'm surprised it's not apparent to you. So don't keep having a relationship with Goodwin because he's going to get hurt, and Ben's going to be the one that does it. And Juliet's like, good note.
Thanks, fam.
Yeah, daps her up. We cut to New Otherton. John Locke's field dressing a rabbit.
Hell yeah.
And Claire comes up with the baby, and she's like, hi, what's going on with Myers? And Locke's like, nothing. What do you want? And she's like,
go away.
Let me interrogate him. And he's like, you're a mom, and the baby. And she's like, we're taking the wrong attack. I don't know why this happened.
No,
I think
it's filler.
Did it happen to remind the audience that they have Miles? Because they are, like, Danny and Charlotte, or Kate, we are... Even if we don't remember, who gives a fuck?
I've been feeding him and giving him water and sticking grenades in his mouth.
Yeah,
Anywho.
I've been feeding him grenades.
I did like the scene a lot, though, because they showed John Locke, which was cool.
Yeah.
And they shot it from that one angle they always shoot John Locke from, so he can do the face that he does.
Yeah.
It was great.
But Locke finishes making rabbit breakfast or whatever and brings it over to Ben, his other captive.
Actually, I really like the line because he's like, I didn't have a number on it, did it?
Yeah, that was funny. I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't have a number on it, did it? What? Nothing. And Ben winds him up a bit. This is really reminiscent of season 2 Henry Gale. Like, oh man, wouldn't it be a shame if somebody came in here and sowed a bunch of discord? Yeah. But Locke pushes back a little bit. He's like, hey, okay, well, yeah, I don't have a plan. Do you got a plan? He's like, I don't have a plan. It's like, you don't have a plan. You're tied up. I'll beat the shit out of you again. Like, is your plan eating a bunch of punches? Because I can feed you punches all day. But Ben says they have a common enemy. They may not be allies, but they do have a common enemy, and he's willing to, like, bring him into the circle of trust or whatever. You know, try and do this mutual exchange and help each other out or whatever.
It's not the guys on the boat. It's the guy who sent the guys on the boat. We got to go higher up the food chain.
Yeah. And Claire asked that earlier. She's like, all Charlie said was, it's not Penny's boat.
So didn't say whose boat it was.
So whose boat is it? Don't you want to know? Yeah. Commercial, and we cut back to flashback. Jules and Goodwin.
Go
ahead.
There was the bit about the dollar.
With the dollar,
because something about raising 3 points.
Absolutely owns Ben, destroys him in every way possible, tossing that dollar at him.
Eric wrote, how long do you think Locke was holding on to that dollar? Just be like, oh, I'm gonna own him so hard with this.
He didn't have to hang on to it because of his dad energy. He can just spawn single dollar bills and Werther's original in any pocket of any pair of pants he wears.
Yeah, he's always got change jingling around. Even if he takes it and throws it on the ground, just at least 3 coins are always in his pocket.
Yeah.
It's a really cool cantrip.
Yeah, it's pretty great. There's a commercial. We cut to the beach. Something happened here. Couldn't tell you what. Because Elizabeth Mitchell comes out of the fucking water like Bo Derek at 10. And I...
blacked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Goodwin yaks at her, and I'm like, don't you dare talk to my wife like that. Basically, Goodwin's like, I've been sleeping on the couch for a year. Why do we sneak around? Like, everybody knows that me and Harper are on the outs. And she's like, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that I want to tell everybody that I'm banging you because, like, I think it'll bother Ben. And he's like, I will fold Ben like a clean t-shirt. I don't care. What's he gonna do?
That right there. What's Ben gonna do is, I feel like, a recurring question that a lot of people ask themselves before they die.
Find out what Ben can do.
What's Ben gonna do is what he says to her, and then that's the end of the scene, and it's like, Oh man, a lot of people are gonna get in trouble.
Ben has
that.
both directly and indirectly killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we cut to September 22, 2004. The plane's breaking up overhead. Everybody's watching.
Does Ben cause that?
No.
Oh, okay.
A drunk Scotsman does.
Yeah, like Desmond does actually.
Yeah. I remember we were watching this together, and I look over at you when the plane starts happening, and we're in another different timeline of flashback, and like you were very focused. You're like, okay,
Yeah. Well, look, I had
to recalibrate where you
I had
were.
a lot of questions about a lot of things in this episode.
I mean, you did really well. So
We've seen this before. We've seen a version of this scene before.
we've seen a version of this like 2 or 3 times before.
But I want to say it's like the first episode of season 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
where we see the
right.
crash happen, and we see Ben send Goodwin and Ethan off to the respective parts of the plane crash, sending Ethan, of course, to the middle section, sending Goodwin off to the tail. Except they cut in Harper here, just like they fucking inserted Nikki and Paolo into a bunch of old scenes. Like she was there the whole time.
Super important.
Yeah. And they all share a bunch of knowing looks like, oh.
But now we know he sent Goodwin to get him away from Juliet because he wants to smooch her.
Yep.
It is you bringing up the point where they splice Harper into that scene. It's very funny because like she does never show up again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so she's not that important to have. You know.
Yeah,
No,
they could have just played archival footage from that episode here and not spliced in Harper and just left it
At all.
It would have had the same effect.
Yeah, we understand what Ben is doing to Ethan and Juliet. Harper does not need to be a part of it.
Yep. And then I wrote down, I guess I'm out of the book club, because that's what shitty thing Ben says to Juliet.
Oh, yeah,
they didn't show it here, but that's what happened. I guess I'm out of the book club. Jungle. Cut to the jungle. Jack and Juliet arrive at the creek, and they find Kate unconscious. What's
There's
that
a
noise?
dying boar around here. Oh, it's just Kate.
Is that a smoke monster? My head. I've been unconscious for hours. That's super bad for you.
Yeah. And Jack immediately runs up and is like, oh my gosh, you okay? And he's checking her pupils, he's checking her head or whatever. And Juliet's like, I'm gonna go get her some water. And then they're right next to a stream.
Yeah.
We heard the stream, we saw the stream with them walking up to it, and then Juliet just fucking dips.
Yeah.
Jack seems very incompetent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's the main character.
Yeah. I assume he's our savior here, and like he's like starts looking for Juliet, and is like seems like he doesn't know how to look for a person. Like he's never lost a person in his life, and I know he's lost a lot of people because he keeps looking for people in this episode.
Yeah. He's kind of a bozo. He's blind for anything involving Kate.
It's wild. Yeah, the blind spot that exists because of Kate Austin for him, it's stunning. And like I'm gonna go find some water. You don't have water in both of your bags, like
Right. You're in the jungle for a 2-day or a 24-hour mission.
Yeah.
You didn't take water.
Right. Yeah, but Juliet runs off to continue looking for Daniel. Well, she's not looking. She knows where they're going, so she just continues to make her way to the Tempest, while Jack tends to Kate. She's like, "Hey, they had gas masks. I think the big one hit me while I was looking at the little one. Whatever."
Charlotte's the big one
Compared to Faraday, yeah. Guy looks like a glow stick in a napkin.
What?
It's kind of like a little thin tube draped in fucking fabric. Like, I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Insert other small cylinder tube of M&Ms. Like, I don't know.
It's great. I love it. I love it so much. Cut to Locke and Ben in Ben's current / former house.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna prove to you the whole thing. Like, to look behind that painting. And I was like, who documents? Because it's a wall safe. And he's like, he gives him a code.
I need a wall safe so bad.
John Locke, my superhero, is letting Ben, the mastermind of evil, walk around with just his hands bound.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
What the hell?
Yeah, we haven't talked about prisoner detention in a while.
It's been a spell, yeah.
But
they've been taking less prisoners in the back half of the show and just killing off characters.
It's like, you take prisoner, you gotta feed him and watch him. If we just kill him, we don't have all this extra work to do.
Super inconvenient.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to take him out either at all.
No.
Because he just tells them where the safe is and tells them the code. He's like, you could have done that
from the fucking cell. Yeah.
Oh, then he could have wheeled in like the junior high media cart.
Yeah,
I'm hungover. We're not teaching today.
Yeah. We're gonna watch the first half of The Sandlot. Hell yes.
Again.
Yeah, opens a safe. There's a tape in there marked Red Sox.
Dude.
I was hoping it cut back to the game so bad.
That's what Eric said. He's like, that wouldn't have taken up the whole length of a game.
So I wanted it to cut back and like immediately be like, as there's a drive into left field by Castellanos, it'll be a home run, from what's his name?
Yeah. Fucking early 2000s stupid ass fucking Red Sox dynasty when they finally broke the curse and then just like, ugh.
No, it cuts to a Domino's commercial and then the fucking Return of the Jedi.
I taped over a Red Sox game. Okay, man.
I taped over it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What Red Sox game? What if it was important, man?
Well, like,
what if that was?
It could have been Operation anything.
Well, it's the tape that he shows Jack in season 3 to prove to him what the date is or whatever. Something like that. I don't remember exactly why he shows, but he's like, yeah, the Red Sox actually did win the pennant since you fell off since the plane crash. Blah blah blah. What it is? It's like a throwback to a thing that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
But yeah, taped over the game, puts it in the tape. Fucking John Locke, fucking iPad kid at heart, man. You put down a screen in front of him, he is entranced.
He loves movie day.
Yeah. So he turns on the tape, and it's some fucking footage of the OC's Alan Dale, the one and only Charles Weedmore.
I love that he's gotten the longest nickname of any of the fucking characters on this show. Sweet baby boy John Locke was great for a while, but the OC's Alan Dale Charles Weedmore.
I've never watched the OC. When Ali said that he was from the OC, that blew my fucking mind.
Yeah,
incredible.
Because this is literally the only thing I know him from, and he's such like a bad dude in the show. I was like, oh shit, this guy.
You don't know him from his performance of Spamalot in the West End?
Well, I didn't get a chance to go to the West End and see Spamalot. So okay. Ben believes that Charles wants to get his hands on the island because it's a mystical island. It healed John Locke. It whatever. It's like Weedmore is going to exploit the island, and he'll do anything that he has to get his hands on it. So I'm trying to keep the island from him.
I got a question here, actually.
Yeah.
So he mentions John Locke being wheelchair bound, and now is able to walk. Something I was not aware of, but he's like, why wouldn't anybody want to show up when he references like the number of people that show up for the Mold Mary versus this? And so, do people know about John Locke and the people on the island?
Some do.
Some do, yeah.
Okay.
Not most of them, though.
Yeah, because it's just the way he's talking
Ben
about
knows,
it. It's like he's like, if what is presumably a miracle, right? This mold thing in the shape of Mary's face, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Mary. But if this miracle is attracting hundreds of people to come just to look at this thing, you don't think that your miracle would attract hundreds of thousands? You know, I think 3,500 is the number he says, right? Yeah. But it's like thousands of people on a different order of magnitude,
right?
Like, well, how many people know about this? They're trapped on an island, and if everybody knows that they're trapped on an island, how come nobody's saving them?
Well,
you know,
and that's Ben's. You know, that's Ben's point, is that he'll if Widmore can get his hands on the island or whatever, he'll tell everybody, because nobody knows about the island except for a select few. If Widmore gets his hands on it, people will know, because Widmore is greedy or exploitative or whatever. And so, I guess that's his rationale here, is he's trying to prevent that.
John Locke does not want to leave?
No. Because he's super horny for all the weird shit on the island, and before he was wheelchair bound, and all of a sudden he got his legs back, and he got purpose on the island.
Okay,
his life prior to the island was garbage. Like,
okay, no, that answers a lot of questions. I was so confused because it's like, don't they all want to leave? Like, isn't that the best possible thing? Is that some dude shows up and is like, hey, like we'll save all of you, and then we'll bring a bunch of people to this cool, crazy island that performs miracles.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, that makes sense. Okay, we're good.
So John's like, yeah, that tracks. That he seems like a bad dude, and I think I'll hold up my end of the bargain, which I guess is to let you live in one of the houses. But before I do that, you have to tell me about your spy on the boat. There's this secret spy that Ben has on the boat. And Ben's like, okay, but you better sit down because I'm about to tell you that it's Michael Dawson.
Wow. And Locke's like, who? You better sit down in this wheelchair.
Yeah. John's like, I'm never sitting down again.
I shit standing up.
So yeah, and that's the thing too. We already know, like the audience doesn't know who the spy is yet, but we do. It's Michael, and it's pretty underwhelming. Cut to the jungle. Kate and Jack are tracking Juliet. Kate is the world's greatest tracker. She can tell that Juliet went this way, following Danny and Charlotte about 30 minutes behind them. She can glean all this information from some smushed up mud, and why wouldn't she be able to do that? Charlotte got the drop on her and knocked her unconscious, and this must have been the 8th head wound because now she has fucking detective vision like Arkham Knight. Like, so.
I was thinking Witcher 3.
Yeah,
but
Witcher 3 saying, yeah. So Juliet reaches the Tempest. I was like, hey, Goodwin's old job? And then we cut to a flashback. Juliet comes over to Ben's house for dinner, and she's got some rolls, and he's like, let me pull this ham out of the thing, it's gonna dry out. And she's like, she notices,
oh no, I said steamed hams.
in this part of the country, entirely localized within your kitchen. Yes. Can I see it? No. Juliet notices that there's only 2 place settings, and she's like, I thought this was supposed to be a dinner party. And he's like, no.
Oh, there's going to be a party.
Yeah, we're you and me, we're partying.
Yeah.
She's like, well, okay, I hope you like consuming 8 dinner rolls at once, because I brought enough for a dinner party, you fucking pervert.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I hope you like this plate charger. I picked this out specifically for this event. That's what that's what that big plate is called that you set your plate on. It's a plate charger.
I fucking cannot.
So Ben's Juliet's like, hey, so like Ethan, we lost Ethan, so maybe we should get Goodwin out of his deep cover assignment with the tailor. Like, we got everybody from the list. Why is Goodwin not coming home? And Ben's like, if he's here, I've got 0 chance of fucking you. With him gone, I'm not aware of this, but I still have 0 chance, but I feel like I do. So
it's all about the mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Look, when if she walked into my house looking like that,
I'd start removing obstacles.
I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I cannot blame him.
Yep.
I'd start eating dinner rolls.
How many do you want? How many do you want me to eat? I'll do it right now. 1, 2,
I'll eat
3.
them all. Step on my neck. What?
Homer, don't fill up on bread. All right, steak.
I love this little, like, Ben in his little apron and his little fucking Sara Lee ass stove, and he's just like, like, I don't know. It's just very, very silly and cute.
Yeah, but he's like, no, Goodwin's got to stay where he is. I need him there. It seems like, he's making a case for a woman named Anna Lucia, and he's got a pretty big interest in her, almost inappropriately. So I bet you he's banging her. And doesn't that make him less attractive to you and make me more attractive in your eyes?
And she seems unhinged.
And he tells me that she dresses way sluttier than you.
Her jeans run halfway down her clitoris. All right.
She's talking about Ben's little man on the boat. Hey! The Tempest. Juliet sees fucking Walter White working on the computer.
Yeah.
And she's like, what kind of gun was that? Was that a Ruger?
It's I believe it's a Luger.
A Luger.
That's like the German
the
Bundeswehr one, I think. If memory serves me correctly.
But yeah, she's got one of these old, like, abandoned guns from the island that, so she's got the drop on whoever's in the fucking suit down there. We don't know who it is. It's obviously...
We know who it is.
I mean, yeah, it's one of the 2 of them. It's either Danny or Charlotte. And, like, Charlotte, yeah, like, Danny's a nerd. Danny loves computers. Danny loves nerdy shit like that, so it's probably Danny. She goes down there, and she's like, get away from the computer, nerd! And he's like, I can't get away from the computer. I need to do computing. And she's like, I will fucking wring you out like a damp dishcloth. Put the fucking keyboard down. And he's like, I gotta keep computing.
As Brad and Eric work with computers for a living, we did pause and they had discussions about what the actual lines of commands were.
Because for one, they've got audio playing of someone just frantically typing on a keyboard, and he's got those
man noise.
He's got those giant ass latex gloves in his hazmat suit. Like, there's no way you could type this fast with those on if someone was threatening your life, right? Like, it's impossible.
Maybe you guys remember this. You guys remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
When Wayne is up in the attic and he's got that like inter-house like little communication. It's like a visual intercom, and so he's typing a message to his wife, and it's full of spelling errors and nonsense. And she goes,
I don't remember that at all.
He must be typing with his gloves again. And he's wearing these huge gloves because he's doing science in the attic.
Yeah, exactly.
What a pull. I love it though.
I'm so excited for Rick Moranis' return to the big screen.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so Charlotte gets behind Juliet and she's like, we could have easily told you this earlier, but this plant here is super dangerous and we just wanted to turn it off.
Yeah. It's we were trying to figure out as we were like pausing the commands that were written. It seems like it's a Walther P-38. Fuck. I've been looking that up the whole time here. It's a Walther P-38. I can drop that in later. You'll drop that in later.
If there's time.
I can't be wrong about guns. It literally, anyways. But he's doing some sort of commands to like cool the tanks that have the nerve gas in it, but in doing that it starts some sort of pressure situation where he's got to quickly deactivate some sort of power or something like that. And Brad, you said something to the fact of like, just write the lines of command that you need to and then hit them all to execute.
Like, you don't, like, you're not showing up and like guessing at this stuff, right? So like, what you have to type and you go and you do it, and he's like panicking and like frantically typing and like sweating, and like he finishes when he gets it done, he's like, whew, that's a close one, right? And it's like, shut up, like, I'm tired of all of this already, and this is the only episode of Lost I've ever seen. You guys keep doing this one-liner thing. It's really annoying.
The one-liners got a lot worse in the second half of the show. They didn't do them as badly in the first half, but like they started doing fucking one-liners a lot.
Like I thought the Avengers was bad, and like no, but it's like, you're like, what do you mean that was close? Like, you should know what you're doing, and like, you just walk up there and you're just like, boom, 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 done. Like, I'm typing all this stuff. I'm not even sweating because I know what I'm doing is going to fix this, because I figured it all out and I know the commands, right? But why is the timer even going at all? Like, what's the nerve gas has been sitting there for how long? And it's like, has been totally fine, and like, it's bad that it exists because it could be used at any moment. But if you go up there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna mess with the settings on this thing, and it's going to actually somehow neutralize the nerve gas, so it'll never be usable, right?
It wasn't being used.
It wasn't being used. It's not like they were deploying this and you have to stop it last minute or anything. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
We also, two things. One, there's only like 8 minutes left in the episode when they finally get to the fucking Tempest, which is insane.
It's the final act of the script.
It took so much fucking time to get there. Also, it's thinking about that though. It's like, okay, well, Faraday's like a physicist or a rat pervert or something. I don't know. But
he can be both.
But he's worried about time travel, and here he is having to do nerve gas coolant tank coding, and Charlotte's an archaeologist, and she's just cracking people over the heads with fucking guns and is into combatives, and it's like, I feel like everybody's just kind of winging it.
Charlotte obviously went to the Indiana Jones School of Archaeology, where it's just as important to be able to kick ass as it is to be like dusting shit off and whatever. So
Eric did right. Faraday and What's-Her-Face running the same move of distract and bash on everybody on the island is the least creative TTRPG party.
It's like the fucking guards from that episode of Nash Bridges that we watched with Kevin.
Oh yeah, just what was that noise?
What was that?
Crack.
Clank.
That worked. What was that?
Crack, clank. Ooh, a porno mag? Nice.
Ooh, piece of candy.
They disabled. Charlotte. So like Charlotte and Juliet are having a girl fight on the floor behind Daniel while he's trying to do it. And he disables the thing just in time.
I wasn't even turned on at all.
No.
But yeah, that was a close one. Fuckhead's got his tie on underneath that suit. You know he does. we cut to
Also, that's the just to say for all of my Seaburn friends from the Army, like that's the kind of suit you wear if you're like
painting
spray
your
foam.
attic.
Yeah, if you're doing insulation. Nerve gas, you're toast.
Right.
like,
Like that's
It's got a zipper on it.
Yeah.
This is a nerve gas factory? Dude, that's not going to prevent you from getting sick. Don't put it on and just type with your regular fingers. The gloves are doing more harm than good. The flashback. So Ben is like, hey, Juliet, I gotta show you something. Come with me.
yeah, I have a surprise.
So they walk up to this hill and he's like, hey, check it out. Real sorry. And fucking there's Goodwin's decomposing body impaled on a spike.
Dude, just left his ass there and then
fuck is
drug
wrong
her
with
out to
Ben?
the jungle to go look at it.
What the fuck is wrong with Ben?
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Left Goodwin's body out there. Like, at this point, the tailies have moved away from their own beach and they've started to make their way over to the main survivor camp. So there aren't any 815 survivors in this area. Why not go get Goodwin's body and bury him?
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless you're going to be like, I'm going to rub Juliet's face in this, and then she'll realize that I'm boyfriend material.
What is wrong with Ben?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
And then she looks at him and she goes, why?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, don't you realize all the work I've put in to get you here, to keep you here? You're mine.
Yeah, with that one, like me and my friends, a couple of hammers.
Yeah. Yeah. Two things on that. Well, one, Eric wrote, Dime Store Sean Bean living up to his almost reputation, at least dying immediately.
Oh, he's talking about Brett Cullen.
Yeah. Also, when we first encountered Goodwin dying, wasn't his body like deep in the jungle?
No. It was at the bottom of a, like, big hill because Ana Lucia pushed him off of the hill and he got impaled on this spike. But here, it seems he's like a couple of feet from the top of the hill.
No, even before that.
I don't.
It like episode 8 of the podcast with Will Goodwin survive. It was Jin and I don't know, Michael
Echo?
or something like that in the jungle. Oh yeah, maybe it was Echo.
Jin
I
and
don't know.
Echo, I think.
Yeah.
Who's that as Goodwin? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
So he's like, take all the time you need. And then he runs up the hill in a really, like fucking wet out American summer ass runaway. His fucking hands flouncing about. Like, I was waiting for him to slip and eat shit. Like, that's how fucking ungraceful his, like, retreat was. And Juliet sits there and cries over fucking Goodwin's corpse.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Yeah, real fucked up.
Absolutely fucked up.
Cut to the Tempest. Kate and Jack arrive out at the front of the Tempest, and Juliet and Danny and Charlotte come out, and they're like, Jack and Kate are like, oh, let's fucking get him. And Juliet's like, no, it's fine. They're on our side. And Kate's like, she hit me in the head. I'm gonna shoot her.
And she looks like she's about to. Yep. Finger on the trigger yet again.
And she's like, look, we came here to disable the nerve gas factory. Again, we could have told Jack this before we left the beach and like this whole thing wouldn't happen. But we can prove it to you. Like, Danny's securing the facility. Come on inside and I'll show you and it'll all be fine. And Kate's like, yeah, show me the facility.
I want to see it.
And Jack's like, I believe you. Who gives a fuck? And so Charlotte and Kate wander off and leaving Jack and Juliet there. And she's like, hey, I'm sorry I lied to you about Harper. Harper wanted me to kill them. But it's just more Ben manipulating me, and the sort of the point of the flashbacks is to show how dangerous Ben can be when men get in his way of me, the slice. So you should be careful. And Jack's like, me and my boys used to beat him up for fun.
His face right here is absolutely perfect. Yeah, because it's like, what the fuck is this nerd gonna do?
Yeah, like, when we got bored of golf, we just started beating on him like a piñata, like a fucking
We kept him locked in a closet for weeks, and we just beat the fuck out of him.
He'd be in the, we take him to the bathroom, he'd be pissing blood, and we'd just like high five and stuff. It's like, we did that.
He was super into it too.
Yeah,
it was great for everybody.
Yeah, he'd be like in there moaning, be like, "Oh, I'm finished with my book. I really hope somebody doesn't come in here and poke me in the eye." Like,
Jesus.
hey, you guys, I finished reading War and Peace. It would be a shame if somebody came in here and gave me 3 Charlie horses in a row. Juliet's like, all right, cool. I dig that. I dig your confidence. I like the fact that you're a rich, handsome doctor. Should we maybe kiss a little bit?
No, just see what it feels like.
Was this her first kiss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, they're
Last?
Oops.
They hang out on the beach together for like a day or two after this, and then that's just kind of it.
Yeah.
Do you think Jack's a bad kisser? And that was it. Like, she was like way into it. She kissed him, and then he was like, she's like, actually, never mind, not doing that anymore. And awkwardly hangs out with him on the beach for a few days, and then like finds something else to do so that it's
Sawyer. Yeah.
I can tell you're not a dentist. Your breath fucking stinks.
I wonder if there's a dentist on this island. Oh, he's married? Fuck.
God damn.
I thought that the camera was going to track to see Kate watching the two of them kiss from the shadows, and I'm really glad it didn't.
She went into the Tempest. We never deal with the Tempest ever again, do we?
No.
So it's a Dharma facility that's going to have like a symbol associated with it, and we're just like, well, that's it.
Yeah, I guess it's like a wave or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy to me that in season 4 of the show, we just don't give a fuck about Dharma facilities anymore.
Nah.
Or why they had nerve gas.
Yeah. Cut over to New Otherton. Hugo and James are playing horseshoes.
Horseshoes? You kidding me?
Clang.
Love some horseshoes.
Clang. Yep. Sawyer gets a leaner or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
He's like, beat that. Hugo drills a ringer. And he's like, guess I'm just lucky.
Guess I'm just lucky.
Yeah. Sort of a bitch.
Like, turn the TV off.
And then they're hanging out, and then they see Ben crossing the courtyard. He's not tied up anymore. He's carrying what appears to be like bed linens.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Should have been in the cell where he was.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, what are you doing out? And he's like, I run John Locke's shop. He does what I tell him to do every time I tell him to do it. And he doesn't even realize it sometimes. I
am that guy, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be running this shit again in a week.
Yeah.
Fucking watch yourselves.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all at dinner. You punk bitches.
Lost.
It only could have been better if he would have then picked up a horseshoe and also gotten a ringer.
Right. just like threw it over his shoulder.
Oh, shit.
My pronouns are he, but I'll never be him. The other woman possibly referring to Harper, possibly referring to Kate, likely referring to Juliet. You know how little Harper's in the episode after this like midpoint of it?
Yeah.
I just now almost forgot her name.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm even remotely remembering her is because it's Andrea Roth, and I think she's attractive. So
yeah. Did we like it? Was it good? That's what we're here to answer. You can hate something that rules. You can like something that sucks. Brad, what did you think of The Other Woman?
I thought it sucked. And I hated it.
Hey, yeah, great.
JP?
Actually, I'll echo that. This was not my favorite. This episode doesn't pass the Bechdel test, even though it's full of women. It's just like, man, Juliet is such a phenomenal character, and Elizabeth Mitchell is such a good actor, and we're still just like, what if we made her episode about boys? Like, who likes Juliet?
Yeah.
So no, I did not care for this one. Also, I need to just quick read Eric's. He says, whenever Hugo's not on screen, we're always asking, where's Hugo? And this episode had the decency to answer that question.
He's playing horseshoes with his buddy Jim.
Adam.
No, I didn't like this, and I didn't think it was good, and I'm curious as to why they made it. And I think it's even stranger to me in the context of the writer's strike shortened to season 4, where they were like, hey, the WGA might go on strike. We should probably write some good episodes just in case we go off the air for a long time. And then Hughes and Lindelof are like, nah, we're going to work a contract. We're going to turn in a script.
Red Sox. Oh, we're so fucking good at our jobs.
Do you guys want to do a rewrite or maybe make this better? Absolutely not. Nah. We're busy writing funny lines for our picket signs.
We're going to have a whole subplot in season 5 how they got to bury a nuke. Are we at all worried about the nerve gas canisters? The what?
The what?
Hey, shut up!
Yeah, earlier, Brad, you said manufactured tension or whatever. Yeah, this is like, oh shit, we need a fucking fucked up island thing of the week. Nerve gas. Kate has a concussion. Juliet likes boys.
With no context of the show, it was bad. Now that I'm hearing more about what else is going on, it's like,
it's even worse.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
What are you doing here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. No. Should we hand out some awards?
Yeah. The Lost MVP. Your favorite character of the episode. Just this 45 minutes minus your memories, minus your context. Who was number 1 in your program and number 1 in your heart? Brad, why don't you kick it off? Lost MVP.
John Locke, when he flipped that dollar at Ben, felt so good because I already hated Ben with every fiber of my being at that point, and he didn't even do the worst thing that he did in the episode. I already hated him.
Yeah.
And so when John Locke comes in and just wrecks his shit, flipping that dollar at him, like, here, how about you start with this one, and then just leaves.
You need $3.2 million?
I almost cheered out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's baller move on John Locke's part, good. For sure. JP.
I'm going to do a concept, the joke about the rabbit.
Yes, that's a very good
It
line.
wasn't a spoon-fed joke. That rabbit have a number on it? Huh? Never mind. Like, I legitimately thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, the only moment of joy I found in here besides Hurley and Sawyer playing horseshoes.
Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah, Hurley and Sawyer fucking playing horseshoes. Like, like, the two of them moved to the fucking barracks and they're playing Risk and throwing shoes and just like,
Seems great.
Seems fine. Let's keep it up. Like, it's kind of weird that we have 2 prisoners, but like, that ain't our problem. That's Locke's shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Totally fair.
There it is. All right. Let's drop the other shoe, shall we?
Let's
the
please.
Lost Forever. King Suck of Shit Mountain, who's fucking up. Just the big ol' hacking their way through the episode. Brad, what do you think?
Jack. And his propensity for losing anyone that's important.
Sure. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's a leader, not a finder.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be someone else's job, but I'll be damned if he lets anyone else do it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's very... Yeah. Hey, yeah.
JP.
I've already forgotten her name. Harper? Is it Harper?
Yeah, Harper.
Not that she in particular did anything wrong. I'm just angry that she exists as a character. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The whole time every time I saw her, I was just like, the sheriff. I just kept thinking in my head about the sheriff from season 3. I was like, what are we doing here?
They had some throwaway line about the 2 kids that Cindy's fucking...
Zach and Emma, yeah.
Yeah, Zach and Emma. Like, we've at least dragged them through, even though they're more of a plot concern than anything.
Yeah.
But Harper's just like, no, well, that's it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah.
Adam?
Ben with the nice guy shit. Like, hey, I did all this stuff for you and now you owe me sex. Gross. Yeah, I know he's the bad guy, but that's gross. It's just fucking
super gross.
It's so...
You belong to me?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're mine. Like, that's...
Don't you know everything I did?
All of this effort, like, it's a checklist of stuff that leads to me getting pussy. Like, I read the game.
Yeah.
First date ham for dinner?
And she hates all of the things. His whole checklist is all shitty stuff.
Yeah.
She could have gone home in 6 months.
Yeah. Back to her pregnant sister who's dying of cancer.
Yeah.
He's keeping her from that. So,
yep.
Gross. Ben.
Not good.
Ew.
Holy smokes. We did it.
We did it. We did do it.
We did it. Brad, thank you.
Thank you.
This was great.
Yeah. This is an absolute blast.
Sorry we gave you such a bad episode of Lost so late in the game.
Yeah. Sorry it took so long.
Yeah. I did not expect to have an enjoyable episode. Just because I didn't know what I was going to come into it, I knew that some of them would be bad. Mm-hmm. So that is not a bad thing. This was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it happened, and it was fun. This was great.
Yeah. Well, we'll have you back on for whatever the fuck it is we end up doing next. So.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you would like to plug?
Yeah. Everybody knows, or should know if they don't, that I hate nerds and that you should too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you hate nerds as much as I do, you can go to fucknerds.clothing and it will take you to a store where you can buy a tank top. It has some fantastic art drawn by a friend of me punching a nerd in the face through a book and breaking his glasses. And it says in big bold letters underneath it, fuck nerds.
I wouldn't even call it a tank top. I would in fact call it a muscle shirt because nerds don't have muscles.
Correct. Yeah. It exclusively is sold as a muscle shirt.
Yeah.
You cannot get it with sleeves on it because sleeves are forbidden.
Yeah. Brad is too furious for sleeves.
There's the tank top. You can go get it there. And if you go to fucknerds.town, that has all of my links for everything.
Yeah.
So I'm on the internet.
Yep.
I don't do anything. I'm just a guy.
I'm just on the internet, and I'm there, and you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like to post pictures of my muscles on the internet. So if you guys go look at those, it'll make me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was gonna say every once in a while you stream yourself playing mahjong, which is entertaining.
Yeah, a couple different video games. It's different every time.
Yeah.
It has been a long time since I did that, actually. But yeah, if you go to fucknerds.town, it's like a little links aggregate page. It has you'll see my YouTube, which I don't think I post anything on. It has my Twitch. It has my Blue Sky, which is where I am now.
Does it have any games on it? You got like a fishing mini game on there?
I should put something. I should add. Yeah, I'll get to work on that.
All right, thank you.
Do an unauthorized sequel to that running dinosaur game when your internet's out that Google did.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
I'll get that up.
Perfect.
JP.
Yeah.
What are we doing next time?
Oh, man. Next time, if you're looking to be lost with us, we're going to be watching Season 5, Episode 5, This Place is Death. Starring Sun and Jin.
Ooh.
And if my process of elimination is accurate, and I think it is, I'm pretty sure Charlotte has to die in this episode. Because I've been waiting for that bitch to go for some time, and this will be our penultimate episode of the show. Yep. So, coming back for the hat trick. The fucking Tooch is loose, baby. Yep. Alex Tooch, he's going to be back. We're going to be talking Lost. We're going to be talking Sun and Jin. We're going to see how the beef between him and Mad Dog Mark Duntz is currently shaping up in the streets of L.A. Is all-out warfare, or are they best friends again? We're going to find out in 2 weeks' time.
It's going to be a fucking barn burner, so throw out the rule book.
Tucci's a fucking liability, and I'm excited.
Yeah. He's actually just kind of like a real chill dude who works at a bookstore.
Yeah, he's super nice.
Cool.
Last time he was in Adam's apartment, he threw a flashbang.
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, Brad, for
thank you.
Your time and your patience. It was an absolute blast. JP, thank you for your continued efforts throughout all of this.
Yeah, and thank you out there for tuning into another episode of Lost on Lost.
Yeah, I'm Adam.
I'm JP.
I'm Brad.
And he's Brad. And do you have any idea what's going on the show?
No.
Brad, what about you?
Not one bit.
Okay. Just checking.
Thanks, guys.
I am Spartacus.
Lost on Lost is produced and edited by me and JP.
We wish to acknowledge that we live, work, and produce our show on occupied land.
Burbank, California is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Tongva, Chumash, Kizh, and Fernandino Tataviam peoples.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin is located on the traditional tribal lands of the Peoria, Potawatomi, Miama, and Ho-Chunk peoples.
And Lost was produced in Hawaii on the lands of the Kanaka Maoli.
Visit native-land.ca to learn more about the land you live and work on.
You can engage with us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Lost on Lost 1.
You can also email us at wearelostonlost@gmail.com or support us with dollar monies at coffee.com/wearelostonlost.
Thanks to Lostpedia and its community of contributors, Danny Schmitz, random.org, and as always, you the listeners for tuning in.
We're hosted at Podbean. You can hear us there or wherever you get your podcasts, except MySpace. We're not on MySpace.
Yet.